Learn this and you will never lose your calm. Again with anyone or anything. 15 Stoic Lessons. In a world designed to test your patience at every turn, what if I told you there's a 2,000-year-old philosophy that can help you remain unshakable, no matter what life throws at you? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Not as a dusty academic exercise, but as practical tools you can apply immediately to transform how you respond to life's challenges. These aren't just theories. These are battle-tested principles that have guided everyone from Roman emperors to modern CEOs through their darkest moments. By the end of this video, you'll have 15 powerful Stoic techniques that will fundamentally change how you respond to difficult people and situations. Whether it's that coworker who always pushes your buttons, the family drama that normally sends you spiraling, or those unexpected crises that leave most people paralyzed with anxiety, you'll have the mental framework to remain calm, centered, and in control. Before we begin, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because building this kind of mental resilience takes practice, and I share new practical wisdom every week to help you live your best life. Let's get started with the first Stoic lesson. Lesson 1, the dichotomy of control. The first and perhaps most fundamental Stoic lesson comes from Epictetus, who began his handbook with this powerful insight. Some things are within our control, while others are not. This might sound obvious, but how many times have you wasted energy trying to control the uncontrollable? The weather, other people's opinions, past events, world news, traffic jams? The Stoics teach us that our peace of mind comes from clearly distinguishing between what we can and cannot influence. When you encounter any situation that tests your calm, ask yourself this one simple question. Is this something within my control? If not, you must practice accepting it as it is. This doesn't mean becoming passive. It means focusing your precious energy only where it can make a difference. Let me share a personal example. The freedom that comes with releasing the need to control. Everything is immediate and profound. Your mental energy is finite. Invest it only where it counts. Lesson 2. Negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. What if I told you that one of the most powerful Stoic techniques for maintaining calm actually involves imagining worst-case scenarios? The Stoics practiced what they called premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. This isn't about dwelling on negativity. It's about mentally preparing yourself so nothing catches you off guard. Here's how it works. Take a few minutes each morning to imagine what could go wrong in your day. Your presentation could fail. Your car might break down. That important client meeting might go poorly. But don't stop there. After imagining these scenarios, ask yourself. This practice does two powerful things. First, it reduces the shock when things actually do go wrong. You've already mentally rehearsed it. Second, it generates gratitude when things go right. When you've contemplated losing something, you appreciate it more when you have it. Try this tomorrow morning for just 5 minutes. You'll be amazed at how much calmer you feel when facing uncertainty. Lesson 3. Viewing obstacles as opportunities. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. These words from MarcuSAurelius contain perhaps the most powerful perspective shift in Stoicism. Most people see obstacles and get frustrated. Stoics see obstacles and get curious. They ask, how can this challenge make me stronger? What can I learn here that I couldn't learn otherwise? This isn't just positive thinking. It's a radical reframing that turns every problem into a training ground. The difficult colleague becomes your teacher of patience. The failed project becomes a laboratory for innovation. The unexpected crisis becomes a test of your adaptability. When something disrupts your calm, try asking, remember, the fire that melts butter hardens steel. Which will you be? Lesson 4, practicing voluntary discomfort. One of the most counterintuitive but effective Stoic practices for building unshakable calm is deliberately making yourself uncomfortable. Seneca, despite being one of Rome's wealthiest men, would regularly practice poverty. wearing simple clothes, eating plain food, and sleeping on a hard mat. Why would anyone choose discomfort? Because it builds what the Stoics called the inner citadel, your capacity to remain undisturbed regardless of external circumstances. Modern versions of this practice might include taking cold showers, fasting for a day, exercising to exhaustion, going without technology for a weekend, sleeping on the floor occasionally. When you regularly practice being uncomfortable on your terms, discomfort that comes unexpectedly loses its power over you. You develop confidence in your ability to endure difficulties. As Seneca advised, set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with rough and coarse clothing, saying to yourself all the while, "Is this the condition that I feared?" Try one small voluntary discomfort this week, and notice how it builds your resilience muscle. Lesson 5. The View from Above. One of the most powerful Stoic exercises for maintaining perspective comes from MarcuSAurelius. It's called the view from above. When something threatens your calm, imagine yourself rising above the situation, seeing it from increasingly higher vantage points. First, see yourself from across the room, then from above the building, then the city, the country, the planet, the solar system. From this cosmic perspective, how significant is that argument with your spouse? That mistake at work? That criticism from a stranger online? This isn't about dismissing your legitimate concerns. It's about right-sizing them. Most things that disturb our calm appear massive because we're too close to them. The Stoics knew that this cosmic perspective helps us distinguish between what merely feels urgent and what is truly important in the grand scheme of life. Try this mental exercise the next time something threatens your peace of mind. You'll be amazed at how quickly it restores proportion and calm. Lesson 6. Memento Mori. Remember death. Perhaps the most profound Stoic practice for maintaining calm seems, at first glance, to be the most morbid, remembering that you will die. Memento Mori, remember death, was not meant to depress or frighten, but to clarify and inspire. When you remember the brevity of life, petty annoyances lose their power. Would you waste your limited heartbeats on being angry about traffic, about someone's rude comment, about a minor setback? As MarcuSAurelius wrote, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't about being grim. It's about being present and focused on what truly matters. When you live with the end in mind, you naturally prioritize better and let go of trivial disturbances. Try this. At the start of each day, remind yourself that this day could be your last. Then ask, how would I want to spend it? What would I not want to waste time feeling upset about? This powerful perspective shift naturally guides you toward what's essential and away from what disturbs your peace without good cause. Lesson 7. The Pause. Practicing the gap. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. While this quote is often attributed to Viktor Frankl, it perfectly captures a core Stoic practice, the deliberate pause. Most people react automatically to provocations. Something happens, and they immediately respond with anger, fear, or frustration. But the Stoics recognized that there's always a gap, however small, between what happens to us and how we choose to respond. By deliberately widening this gap, we reclaim our power. Here's how to practice. When triggered, take a deep breath. Name what you're feeling. I notice I'm feeling angry. Ask, is this within my control? Choose your response intentionally. Even a 3-second pause can be enough to shift from reaction to response. This simple practice may be the most practical Stoic technique for maintaining calm in heated moments. As Epictetus taught, make it your study to respond to every impression only after saying, you are just an impression and not at all what you appear to be. Lesson 8. Amor fati, love of fate. Amor fati, the love of fate, represents perhaps the ultimate Stoic achievement. Not merely accepting what happens, but actually embracing it as necessary and perfect. As Nietzsche, inspired by the Stoics, wrote, my formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati. That one wants nothing to be different. Not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. This doesn't mean passive resignation. It means active engagement with reality exactly as it is, rather than wasting energy wishing things were different. When something disrupts your calm, try this powerful question. This radical reframing transforms your relationship with circumstances from victim to creator. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What can I create with this?" Remember, the Stoics believed that everything happens according to nature's plan. By aligning yourself with events rather than resisting them, you maintain your precious inner calm. Lesson 9, focusing on virtue. At the core of Stoic philosophy is this radical idea: there is only one true good, and that is virtue, excellence of character. Everything else, wealth, health, reputation, pleasure, is neither good nor bad in itself. These are preferred indifference, nice to have, but not essential for your well-being. When you anchor your happiness to external things, you become vulnerable to anything that threatens them. But when you focus on developing virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, you become invulnerable in a profound way. As Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." When facing a situation that threatens your calm, ask yourself, by shifting your focus from what's happening to who you're becoming, you regain your center in any circumstance. Lesson 10, negative labeling. The Stoics understood something profound about human psychology. Our distress comes less from events themselves, and more from the judgments we attach to them. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not events that disturb people, but their judgments about events." Here's a practical technique called negative labeling or objective description. When something upsets you, strip away your value judgments and describe the situation in purely objective terms. For example, instead of "this traffic is ruining my day," describe "cars are moving slowly on this road." Instead of "my colleague is being so disrespectful," describe "someone expressed a different opinion in a meeting." This isn't about denying your feelings. It's about seeing how many of our disturbances come from the stories we tell ourselves rather than the raw facts of the situation. Try this with something that recently disturbed your calm. How does the situation look when stripped of all judgments? Lesson 11, self-interrogation. When something threatens to disturb your calm, the Stoics recommended a systematic self-interrogation. This practice helps you examine your reactions and regain perspective. Here are the questions to ask yourself. Why am I disturbed by this? Is my disturbance helping the situation? Is this within my control? What would the ideal Stoic do in this situation? Will this matter in a month, a year, 5 years? This kind of systematic questioning interrupts your automatic reactions and engages your rational mind. It creates space between stimulus and response, allowing you to choose wisdom over reactivity. As Seneca advised, all you need are these: certainty of judgment in the present moment, action for the common good in the present moment, and an attitude of gratitude in the present moment for anything that comes your way. Try writing down these questions where you'll see them regularly, and practice them when you feel your calm being tested. Lesson 12, preemptive gratitude. While many people practice gratitude for what they have, the Stoics took this further with a profound twist. They practice gratitude in advance for what they might lose. Epictetus advised, when giving your child or wife a kiss, say to yourself, "I am kissing a mortal." This isn't morbid. It's a powerful technique for both deepening appreciation and preparing for change. By recognizing that everything we value is temporary, we both enjoy it more deeply and reduce our suffering when it's gone. Try this exercise. Look around your home at the things and people you value most. For each one, acknowledge silently, "This is temporary. One day, this will be gone." Notice how this shifts your perspective from entitlement to profound appreciation. When we stop taking things for granted, we naturally remain calmer when facing changes or losses. As Seneca wrote, "He who fears he will suffer already suffers from his fear." Lesson 13, role ethics. The Stoics understood that we all play multiple roles in life: parent, professional, citizen, friend, student, teacher. Each role comes with specific responsibilities. When facing a situation that tests your calm, ask yourself, for instance, as a parent facing a child's tantrum, excellence might mean responding with patience rather than matching their emotion. As a professional receiving criticism, excellence might mean listening for value rather than defending your ego. This shift in focus, from how you feel to what your role requires, immediately provides clarity and purpose that transcends momentary discomfort. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the headland against which the waves continually break, but which stands firm and around which the boiling waters fall back." By focusing on fulfilling your roles with excellence, you rise above the petty concerns that normally disturb your peace. Lesson 14. Morning and evening reviews. The Stoics didn't just philosophize, they practiced daily. Disciplines to strengthen their minds, including bookending their days with reflection. In the morning, they would prepare for the day's challenges. What challenges might I face today? What virtues will I need to practice? What is within my control and what isn't? In the evening, they would review their performance. Where did I maintain my calm today, and where did I lose it? What can I learn from today's challenges? How can I improve tomorrow? This practice creates a feedback loop of continuous improvement. The morning review prepares you for challenges. The evening review helps you learn from them. As Seneca wrote, "When the light has been removed and my wife has fallen silent, I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by." Try this practice for just 1 week and notice how it strengthens your ability to remain calm in any situation. Lesson 15. Practicing misfortune. Our final Stoic practice combines several elements we've discussed into a powerful exercise, deliberately practicing misfortune. Beyond just imagining worst-case scenarios, the Stoics would periodically live them out in controlled ways. Dressing simply and eating plain food for a week, sleeping on the floor for a night, going without heat for a day in winter, fasting from sunrise to sunset. The purpose isn't self-punishment, but inoculation. By voluntarily experiencing discomfort, you build confidence in your ability to handle difficulties. As Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" This practice builds an unshakable inner knowledge. I can handle difficulty. I've proven it to myself. With this confidence comes profound calm. The more you've practiced handling discomfort, the less you fear it, and the less power it has to disturb your peace. Conclusion. We've covered 15 powerful Stoic practices for maintaining calm in any situation. The dichotomy of control, negative visualization, viewing obstacles as opportunities, practicing voluntary discomfort, the view from above. Memento mori, the pause. Amor fati, focusing on virtue. Negative labeling, self-interrogation. Preemptive gratitude, role ethics. Morning and evening reviews, practicing misfortune. These aren't just philosophical ideas. They're practical tools that have helped countless people maintain their calm through everything from daily annoyances to life's greatest challenges. The ultimate goal isn't to become emotionless, but to respond to life's challenges with wisdom rather than reactivity. True calm isn't the absence of storms. It's having the proper inner equipment to navigate them. I recommend starting with just one of these practices. Master it before moving to the next. Remember, Stoicism isn't something you learn once. It's something you practice daily. If you found value in these Stoic lessons, please hit the like button and subscribe for more practical wisdom. Leave a comment below sharing which of these practices you plan to try first. And remember, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and stay calm.